And spawning in the top right-hand corner, of Hecate, we have the American Terran player, the Green Terran, apparently in a tied-up series. It is SpiffyBee. Oh my god. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the American Protoss player, the red Protoss representing Team Super. It is Nina, aka just a slot. But here we go, Nina versus SpiffyBee. Apparently in the ace match, I have no idea what happened. I have no idea how we got here, but I'm ready for it. I'm here for it. Always, Pappy, always. As the TVP is upon us. I'm imagining some cheese, but again, I'm not too certain. I'm not too sure. Not too sure how it all did play out. But now the probe is going to be moving across the map, just going to be getting some scouting information. Again, it's very possible that SpiffyBee did cheese at some point in this series, and that is why we're a little bit more vigilant here. Or just being safe in general. Does make plenty of sense. Catching up in the chat. Makes greater than Vindicta. Exactly. For now, we can see Nina just being as annoying as possible. It is going to be a rack to spend economic opener here from SpiffyBee. It's supposed to be economic, but this probe is just being such a nuisance, delaying the CC for so long. We're up to 500 minerals up. Oh, there we go. Finally, we get to throw it down. Very heavily delayed. SpiffyBee, he was refusing to throw it down off center, and as a result, has been delayed by a couple of seconds. Not the biggest of deals, but a delay nonetheless. Meanwhile, behind this, Nina just going for a gate cyber expand. Standard opener here as well. So nothing too wild, nothing too aggressive here in the early game. Outside of this probe. This probe, of course, being a menace. Coming in, tasing away at that SCV. A Marine comes out, will save the SCV as well. Safety bunker is on the way. And yeah, SpiffyBee is just getting into the swing of things so far. Crossing his T's, dotting his I's. Making sure that he's safe here on the low ground with that bunker. Adepts are making their way across the map. We're looking to shut down that Reaper. Oh. Reaper will go down. My apologies. I went to follow the Reaper, but I was apparently selected on the factory. So my apologies. Reaper does get shut down. And Nina's looking to delay. Oh my god, just barely delays the CC. For an extra second, but it will finish. Again, good value here out of this Adept. Meanwhile, SpiffyBee, he did get into the main base. Was unable to see the tech though. The Twilight Council has not been scouted. It is going to be a blink opener out of Nina. Makes sense. Again, Nina's very micro-intensive. Should be to get into that blink. Meanwhile, the Marines, they caught out of the bunker. A bit of a miscontrol there from SpiffyBee. Just caught out of position, and the Marines went down. The bunker is empty. Ooh. And we're going to try and force our way up the ramp here into the main base. The Widowmine has arrived. SpiffyBee trying to get into his own mine drops. Nina has control of the low ground for now. We should be able to push on forward. Yeah, the mine does borrow. And we can go back to mining. Oh, the SCVs! Oh. SCVs do get picked off. And yeah, so far, again, just really good value here from these Stalkers. We're going for the drop across the map. It's going to be a bit of everything. The heli in the mine, a couple of Marines. We are moving out. Behind this, Nina is going for a 2-gate blink opener into what looks to be a third base. So very standard, very economic here out of Nina. Again, when it comes to blink and a Twilight Council, there are different forms of aggression. You can go 2-gate blink, 3-gate blink, or even 4 gates. It's only 2, so we go into a faster third. Yeah, Nina working with the bare minimum amount of Stalkers. Drop comes into the natural base. Probes are going down. Oh, don't want to waste that mine shot. Oh, as the army is recalled back home. Nice bait on that mine. But 6 workers go down. SpiffyBee, he is fighting back. The medevac! Medevac does go down. Nina maintains control of her bases. Across the map, we're getting into our 3-1-1 setup. A pretty standard here from our Terran. Everything looking as it should. And Nina now going to be pushing through the center. Again, doesn't have a way to reinforce, doesn't have the most amount of gateways behind this, but with Blink, with good enough control, Nina, she can trade well while she expands and while she saturates that third. Behind this, the Bay is on the way for Colossus production. Should be Colossus, it can be Disruptors, but it's a really risky kind of move to go for. We dive on top of the tank. First tank does go down. We're going to be trading out some Stalkers, though. I believe 2 Stalkers went down in the process. But it was a good trade nonetheless. Ooh, 3 Stalkers even. Meanwhile, at the same time, Auto Harass is coming in. SpiffyBee not going down without a fight. Getting a couple of workers, or trying to. Shield battery stops that from happening. And Nina is taking an economic lead. Colossus on the way. Charge as well. Behind this, SpiffyBee trying to get into the swing of things. Working towards Stim. Combat shields. Soon to be +1. +1 is delayed. So not going to be lined up quite as well as he would like. Lototara gets 1 more worker. Meanwhile, we have high ground vision. We blink into the main. Ooh, there are tanks waiting, though. A bit of an overextension from Nina. Marines are coming out, and Nina does evacuate. Let's pull back in the end. And I'm sure we've been losing a couple of Stalkers here and there, but what's important is that the main kind of core, the main backbone of the army has been building up. Soon to have 2 Colossi. Extend the Milan's about to kick in. +1 attack on the way. Charge as well. And soon Nina will be able to make use of this superior economy. Speaking of, SpiffyBee, he isn't going for a 2-base all-in. The longer this went on, the more likely this would be an all-in, but we have a 3rd CC on the way in the main base to eventually expand and take that 3rd. Scan reveals saturation at the 3rd base of Nina. The full saturation at that. And Nina is pushing once again. I don't think she needs to. As in, I like the idea of Nina just containing and staying outside the natural. I don't think we have to force the issue and push into the natural base, though. The tanks are out of position, though. We have 2 tanks in the main, 0 tanks here at the natural base. Well, Nina, she does catch a couple of these Marines for free. Marines are going down. Again, no tank covering the low ground, which is a little bit concerning. But for the most part, again, Nina just has to contain. Behind this, 4th base is on the way. She's up 2 bases. Working on some upgrades. We are pushing into the natural. Again, I feel like this is a little bit unnecessary, but a good force fields. We slice up the army. Most of the Marines, they cannot engage, and when they do, they get annihilated by the Colossus. We just swipe away and melt everything. Again, these tanks, they're not helping. They were out of position. We needed them on the low ground. And Nina just has her way here with the natural base. So many Marines go down. The SCVs as well. There's nothing here to stop her. She has broken the low ground. We have the tank sieging up. In a much better position this time, but it's too late. We have 26 SCVs going down. The economy is in shambles. GG, well played gets called. And Nina will take the series 2-1. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations. Again, I'm not too sure how or what happened earlier in this series, but Nina does take it in the end. Again, she was favored coming into this and does manage to push through. GG, well played. And we have some catching up to do. As Nina does advance on, and we have both semifinals ready and waiting for us. Exclamation mark, be in the chat if you guys wish to have a look at the bracket yourselves. Exclamation mark. As we do catch up with